Hello Year 10, welcome to lesson number 3 on the Western Front. This lesson looks at particularly the British battles that happened on the Western Front. So to start off, look carefully at the two sources below. You need to look really in detail. I know the writing's a little bit blurry, but have a really good look. And then once you've had a look, so give yourself maybe 30 seconds, and then move on to the next slide that is going to ask you some questions to see how closely you were looking. So this is the quiz, so have a look at, see what you can remember. In source A, could you remember what no man's land was called in this source? What other types of trench was named in that diagram? And what was the recess in the trench for? Recess is like a gap or a space. And then in source B, did you count up how many soldiers are in the photograph? Did you check and see whether there were any sandbags in the photo? And can you remember what month the photograph was taken? If you can't, have a check back. You don't need to write these down. This is just to make sure that you're really looking in detail when you're looking at sources. Okay, there is a Word document that is also up in the same place where you found the PowerPoint that goes through the information in the textbook about the key battles. It's page 148, 149 and 150. You need to use this information to help you complete the questions. So there are each section, each subheading, there's 2 or 3 questions in the Word document. At the end of the Word document, scroll down and you will find those there. The options for how to record this work: either print off that last page and write your answers in handwriting. If you can't print, then but you can use a computer, you've got a computer or a laptop at home, can you create your own Word document, copy the questions across into it and type the answers in? Or if you can't do either of those, write the answers on a piece of paper or in your exercise book and keep those safe for me, and you can send a photograph of those to me to show me that you have done the work. The pictures that are just coming up now are pictures that show the different battles. So once you've done that work, you obviously need to pause the video at this point and do the work. Once you've done that work, move on to the next page. So the images below all represent one of the battles or one of the events that happened on the Western Front. And so here they are. Your task is, you can either copy these images and write down which battle it belongs to, it goes with, or draw your own image. So for example, you can see this one here. Is a picture of lots of rain. So you might want to find the battle which was really badly affected by the weather, for example, and then you could draw your own picture for that battle. Do that again in your book or on the Word document. Demonstrate task then. Well done, you've done lots of writing already, but for this demonstrate task, have a look at the points below. So there are 5 things below that you found out about what happened in the battles, British battles on the Western Front. For example, the first one I've done for you, what I'm wanting you to do here is explain how each of these things would have been a real challenge for the doctors, the medical teams on the Western Front. So have a look at the first one, that there was lots of muddy ground. So I've thought about this and I've thought to myself, right, I know that if the ground's really muddy, it's going to be difficult to move injured soldiers, they're going to be difficult to carry. Also, if soldiers have been shot or something else has happened to them, they've hurt themselves in some way, their wounds would probably be dirty. And I know that they know that aseptic surgery needs to be done. So at this time, we know that that's a feature already of medicine by this point, by about 1900. They're trying to be really clean. So I'm thinking that that's going to be a problem. They're going to need to clean the wounds before they can do that surgery. And I'm also thinking that I know that one of the big problems is that they might go into shock from blood loss, and I might think, well, will they have enough blood to be able to do blood transfusions, when I know that they have to link up the donor to the person who needs the blood directly? Is there going to be enough donors, people donating blood from the soldiers who may be a little bit injured? Are there going to be enough of them to give blood to all these people who've been injured in the battles? Okay, so these are some of the things that you can write down. So then have a go yourself. We've read about gas attacks. What do you think might be difficult about treating people who've had gas attacks? What kind of injuries do you think they might get from barbed wire, or what kind of problems might that cause? Machine guns, what kind of injuries do you think those might cause? And then what about the difficulty of having several thousands of casualties all at the same time, all on the same day from a battle, and on for days and days? So have a go at each of those, pause the video while you do that. Finally, have a go at these. You can either write them down and then write down whether it's true or false, or best thing even would be to go back through your notes and can you write the correct version. So for example, question number 1 says there were 4 battles around the town of Ypres. You might think to yourself, not sure that's true and not sure there were 4. Can you remember how many there were and write it down? So correct the statements. Okay, well done for getting to the end of lesson number 3.